This is the long shot of all long shots, but being her father's car that he bought brand new, that she went on vacations in, and he took her to the skating rink when she was young. That was one of the things that drove me for this, and her as well. And it's probably the coolest story that you could ever imagine. So we're on this mission, and we're slowly and surely tracking it down, and I really feel like I've got a good feeling, and I think that we can very possibly make this happen.
Hello.
You busy?
Not too bad right now. What's going on?
Alright, so I've got the CARFAX.
For the car?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I got it all the way printed out.
Okay.
And
what's it looking like?
Well, I can see where he traded it in 05.
Yes.
After that, it's not all that great. It just kind of seems to move around.
Where is it now?
Well, it looks like the fast forwarding through everything, it's showing Oak Ridge, Tennessee, but the problem is that was in 2017.
Oh no.
So
it stopped then?
Yeah, so there's nothing up past 3 years ago.
So we don't know what's happened in the last 3 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking. One thing that is a little bit, I like a little bit, is it around 2012, it looks like the same title has been registered since 2012 up to 2017, but what's bothering me a little bit is I don't know what happened in 2017, why it's not registered anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if you're driving it and it's still running, you would think you'd need tags for it.
Right. But it looks like, going back, let me go back to this other page.
What about damage? What about any kind of, any
No. It's not showing any of that. There's none of that is showing, no flags, but I'm looking at, it was at an auction after he traded it in Winchester, Tennessee.
Is this all East Tennessee?
Yeah, I don't know how it ended up in East Tennessee, but probably the auction company, I don't know. So, and then 06, it had an owner. 09, it had another owner. 10, it had another owner. So we're looking like 3 to 4 owners.
After him?
Yeah, well, up until whoever this is in 2012. So, yeah, we're definitely going to need to, if we can get a name or something.
Yeah, I can definitely try and do that here at the courthouse.
Okay, yeah, well, just see what you can come up with and let me know. So at this point, we've got the CARFAX and we know the last time the car was registered legally on the road was 2017, which that bothered me a little bit. That's 3 years to 2020. Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
You got a second?
Yeah. What you got? Tell me you got good news. Good news is good.
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Okay, so I went downstairs to the clerk's office, and she ran the VIN for me. And I have 2 names.
Yeah?
No address or phone number. She can't give that, but I do have 2 names.
Okay. Go ahead and hit me with them.
I have John.
That sounds like a winner. So, at this point, I get to spend a whole lot of time on Facebook.
Somewhere we've got to search for these people.
Yep. So, I guess probably the best thing that I'm going to be able to do at this point is just start messaging people in the area and see what I can come up with. We do have a name. Very, very lucky that she works at the courthouse and we've got a name. But a name isn't much. We know the last area that the car was in, which is the Knoxville, Tennessee area. And we've got a name. So basically my job now is to pan through Facebook and hope, just hope for, I don't know what the word is, but just hope they've got a Facebook. And if that works out, maybe it does. After that, I don't really have a whole lot of options left. So after what seemed like forever and a whole lot of people that didn't want to be bothered, that were the wrong people, you would not believe how many of these people were in the Knoxville area. It was kind of exhausting. It was frustrating, and you know, people were like, "I have no idea what you're talking about. Why are you messaging me?" And those were the ones that responded. Most of the people were just, you know, they didn't even respond. Which I don't respond to people I don't know either. So I totally get that, but it's so frustrating when you're like, "Please, I just need an answer," and they don't want to answer, which they're totally in the right to not, but you still just have that little bit of desperation, like this could be the person, and they're totally ignoring me. All right, guys, so after a lot of messages, and I mean a lot of messages, and my good friend Bob Goodson, who lives in the area, shout out to Bob, I messaged him and said, "Hey, I know you live in the area. Can you help me out in any way? Anything you can do would be appreciated." And he knows a state trooper friend. He knows a lot of guys there in the area that drive cars, and you know, so I gave him the name. It's like, whatever you can do. So he came back with a Facebook profile, and I hadn't even pulled this one up, and so I messaged the guy, and while omitting the information, I'm going to kind of show you the gist of the conversation, and it was, oh my God, we found it. We friggin' found it. All right, guys. Time for that call.
Hello.
Are you sitting down?
Oh, yeah, I'm at work.
So I found the right guy.
The right one?
Yeah. Well, I didn't. Bob Goodson, that lives there in the area, he sent me over a profile, and I was like, well, that one didn't pull up, but so I messaged him, and I said,
Yeah?
"Do you happen to own a white '89 Mustang GT?" And he just said, "Yeah," with, you know, ... I was like, oh my friggin' God, you got to be kidding me. And
so he just said yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, well, he said yeah, and then I was like, you know, just because I figured he was thinking this was a scam, I was just like, hey, this is the story, and I sent him the picture of the paperwork that your dad saved, and
Yeah?
I hadn't really heard anything else. He didn't look at the last messages. I don't know at this point, but I think
He's probably like, who is this? asking,
Yeah.
why do they want to know?
Yeah, exactly, like a freaking scam. But I just want to let you know, I know you're busy, but that's the update. We've got the individual that's got it, or he says he's got it.
Oh gosh.
So we'll just
Oh my gosh. Okay.
we'll just roll with it. Okay, so long story short, the next day he actually responded to me, and justifiably so, thought, that I was a scam or something like that. And he took the picture that I sent of the original paperwork where her father bought the car, and he said, I'll go check it. And fast forward later on that day, he came back and said the VIN is a match. And at that point, I'm just like, no flipping way. He did send me a picture of the car, and it looked a little rough, but we had at this point, without going into major detail, we had the car in the palm of our hand.